I have been asked, and I really have been asked, because a lot of people say, somebody asked me the other day. Nobody asked you the other day. Somebody asked me, how do you stay so young? Nobody asked you that. But people have asked me this. What is this? What is the fixation? What is the connection you have with Erica Kirk and Candace Owens, and why is this so interesting? Why is this so interesting? What is it about it that's so interesting to you? What is it? And one of the things which is so fascinating is that because there are so many stories to it, and there's so many subdivisions to it. I mean, it is first and foremost, we have somebody who was, you got to think about this, who was taken out, dispatched by a bullet, by apparently a sniper of some sort. That is irrefuted, but it doesn't seem that the official story holds up. We're not buying who the person was. Do you think this kid, Tyler Robinson, on his own one day woke up and said, I have had enough with this guy. I have had enough with this nonsense, and I have had enough with this crazy thoughts he has about, heteronormative behavior and things he said negative about trans people. And I had to do something. I mean, that's the official story. Maybe, sort of, I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Okay, maybe he did. Number two, do you think he has the firepower ultimately, either emotionally or psychologically or intellectually, to pull something like this off? I mean, do you think it? Do you seriously think? Do you think? You got to ask yourself. I don't. I don't know. I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it, and I don't believe that the shot was as easy. I don't think that this individual was as proficient in marksmanship as people say. I don't believe a lot of things. And I don't believe that the story holds up. And I don't believe the post-shooting conversation between him and his girlfriend, gay lover, or whatever it is, where he is asking her, "Can you please fetch my grandpappy shooting iron because I need it," to have her go back and what? There's so much to that aspect, which does not make any sense. So that's the actual shooting itself. Okay, that's that, and the way it's being handled, and the way the crime scene was virtually eliminated. The whole place was like paved over. I mean, there's the actual shooting itself. That's number one. The next issue seems to be enter Erica Kirk and the goings-on of Turning Point USA, TPUSA. That's a different version of this. That is a different version, a different part of this. A tremendously complicated issue. Tremendously. And then what happens is you have this organization that comes out of nowhere and basically selects her to be, I guess, the CEO of this. It's $1 billion, charity organization that was so complicated. They weren't just happy with doing a few things with kids or whatever. No. They were talking eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if they were going to go in the future and build communities, places where people could live, where young people could live and buy homes and real. Remember they said they wanted real estate. He wanted real estate. Real estate was important. It's very interesting. Real estate. Wow. And maybe communities with homes that you bought, you can buy into, you can do the mortgage, hold the note. I mean, they were so on target, so on path to continue with this. And something happened. It seems either Charlie did not like the balance sheet. He thought maybe there was some kind of a fraud. He might have thought that there's some type of phony baloney ledger domain going on, something that needs and requires his immediate look and evaluation. They also could have done a lot of other things. I mean, it's just so hard to explain. Something was going on. He wanted his own doge assigned to it. He didn't like what was going on. He didn't like his coworkers. He thought maybe there was something else. Maybe, as has been suspected, he didn't like the direction of the United States in terms of the Middle East, geopolitical considerations. That's another thing too. And that strong forces realized he had to be removed because a man of his stature could prove horrible in the event of whatever. All these things you have to ask yourself: is this even possible? Is this even remotely possible? Could be, maybe. So you have that goes more to motivation. There's the crime itself, the possibility, the facts of that. There's the motivation behind it. Who wanted him gone? What was it? This kid, or were other people using him as a reason? Don't know. There are other considerations as well. Other considerations which are the most fascinating, and that is this thing about Erica. And Erica all of a sudden comes in, and in a strange way, she almost, I can't go along with this, but she almost is changing the focus. She's changing the focus on investigating who did this, why they want this done, why was Charlie dispatched, versus going to her. And that's very interesting. Do you think that could be a reason? I don't think so. Remember, when something happens, you have to ask yourself, what are the chances of this actually coming to fruition? This particular event, as it were. What are the chances of it happening? If that makes any sense. What are the chances of this actually happening, where she would be somehow put into this position in order to cause somebody to look the other way? I don't know. But what we've seen is she turns out to be the most artificially phony, bland, fugazi, synthetic, counterfeit. I mean, it just there's no way of saying she is. We never knew anything. Days after the assassination, she goes on this giddy, cheery chat with her fellow TPUSA folks. This giddy chat about, hey, we're doing great with the merch. Come on, guys. Hey, guys. Nobody can believe it. After his death, she's maybe prostrate, or she's lying over the crossing the casket with Charlie's corpse with his hand, and that's what got me. That's the one that got. That's where I thought you don't have any. Is there any decency? Do you have any decency left in your being, in your soul? My God, I don't know. This is one of those things I just don't know. But she has been nothing but fodder, because she's more. Every time you think she's done something more, or that's beyond the realm of off the pale, off the reservation in terms of being strange, somebody will say, well, here's something from her past. And then you say, wait a minute, now we found out that what she claims, her dating habits, or this, whether she drank or not, her modeling career, her pageant career, what motivated her to broach, to enter the world of this, all of these factors come into play, and people are thinking, she's lying about that. She's lying about her dating. She's lying about Charlie, when she met Charlie, how she met Charlie, how she got into the pageant business. And believe me, nobody cares. You might say to yourself, who cares? It doesn't matter. But you brought it up, and you're lying. How does this even work remotely? How does this work? It just is fascinating. So understand the various, not a three-ring circus. You have the actual crime itself, culpability, who's involved, the cohorts, the participants, culpability, that sort of thing. Then you're proving it. Then you also have the second part is the intent. Why? What was the purpose behind it? Okay. Then you have who. If somebody was behind it, do you think this kid, if it was some geopolitical foreign force or some deep state shadow government black ops movement, they're going to get this guy to do it? No, he had to have had help. Who was the help? Okay, so there's a crime itself, there's a motivation, there's a participants, and then there's Erica. And Erica is the story of stories. Erica is the part which fascinates me because I've never seen anybody who seems to be as completely devoid of any kind of not legitimacy, believability as she is. I mean, you can't write this stuff. So that's where we are. And that's one of the reasons why it's so fascinating. And that's why it's gone thermonuclear in terms of how people are interested. It sucked every bit of oxygen out of the room. This story has so many legs to it. There's so much to it. Which area would you like? Crime? Intent? Motivation? Participants? Why? It's just incredible. Unbelievable. And this Erica Kirk, if ever there was somebody who was synthetic, artificial, and not even Stepford, but almost robotic in her countenance, it is she. So my friends, that's what it's about. And that's why you should watch this. And the legal, the geopolitical, the psychological, all of these aspects make this one of the most fascinating cases, bar none. So I thank you for that. Let me also ask you, you've been terrific. Please like this video. When you like this video, when you just like it, it sets us into the HOV lane of broadcasting. People know about us. Also, please subscribe to the channel. And I've got some questions for you in the comment section that I'd like for you to peruse. I wish you to go over them, and I wish you well, and I thank you. And I want you right now to stop what you're doing, well, after you listen to this, of course, and then comment as you see fit.